The important thing is we won.
The important thing is it's Morbin time.
And Spider-Man is out for a while.
We're not going to be using him for a bit.
Yeah, he can take a nap, it's fine.
No further, abomination. Okay, it's cool. Morbius is with us now.
With us?
You would bring a vampire into the Abbey? Well, he's not a vampire. Not exactly.
If he was, he'd be dust.
He became this way because of an experiment gone wrong, not a bite from a vamp. He's his own master, right, Doc?
If I may, there are few judges of character better than Spider-Man.
Me up here, Blade.
You would say that,
I hate to
Morb.
admit it. We could probably use his help. This once.
The rooms are like right next to each other.
Please tell me Morbius is a better costume than that.
Find out a bit.
So much passive aggressiveness being played out with the music they play. I told you to turn that music down. No.
Thank you for not making a bigger deal about my arrival. I know my
Except instead of rap, it would probably be
nerves many.
opera.
He's trying to outdo each other more obnoxious music.
So it's like that one bit in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, where Ultra Humanite has a jail cell and he's actually playing opera on full blast just to annoy Luthor.
God,
Yeah.
I loved DC Animated Universe Ultra Humanite. He was such a great character.
You surprised me earlier, and I do not like surprises. But any friend of Peter is a friend of mine.
I am relieved to hear it. You have a wonderful home and a great many resources. I look forward to making use of them.
How do you think you will help?
I am the world's foremost authority on vampire physiology. Blade knows a great deal about vampire rituals, habits, and social order, but he doesn't understand their biology.
Why should that matter?
In a sense, you could say Blade can take a vampire apart, but he can't put one back together.
I do not want to put vampires back together.
Coming.
Of course not. Let me put it like this. If you understand the structure of an organism, you'll know its weak points, where to push so it falls apart.
See, when Morbius isn't thirsty, when Morbius isn't hungry, Morbius is an entirely reasonable person.
Also, if you've ever seen the Terminator movies, it actually comes up in Terminator 2 that all the Terminators are programmed with an intimate knowledge of human biology, so they're more efficient killing machines.
Yeah.
Then let me officially welcome you to the Midnight Suns.
You will not regret this. Now, can you show me where we can feast?
What?
My joke was going to be like, I don't
Only
think good
kidding.
use of your facilities.
I think
Where
you'll be
is your
happy to know
kitchen?
that
I
I've
am going
actually
to make
already started
spanakopita.
researching vampire biology.
Morbius
sounds
are
like
leaving the
good
toilet
news.
seats up again. And what are you leaving in the
I
fridge?
also have bad news. I've been tinkering with a prototype gamma serum that suppresses the effects.
Thank you for
of
letting me join. Also, this is how I fucked up
Vampires
earlier.
have taken that from me.
Then we must take it back.
That is why I'm here. And I would love to get back to that research. Unless you have further need of me.
I want to know a little more about you first.
Naturally. I am an open book.
Since when?
He is now.
I have heard you called a living vampire. What does that mean?
It means that unlike most vampires, I have a pulse.
How is this possible?
Most vampires are tied to the supernatural realm. They are undead creatures. My gifts are a boon of science. I am wholly unique in that way.
Nitpick how he
Quite
phrases
literally
that.
a freak of nature.
He doesn't particularly want to be a living vampire, so he wouldn't call it a boon.
In this case, it might actually be, though. He might be
Yeah.
realizing, this is actually helpful right about now.
Who were you before you became a vampire?
I was born with a rare, degenerative blood condition. My disease would have proven fatal if I had not taken matters into my own hands and experimented on my body using vampire bat DNA. I cured myself, but there were side effects.
You seem to know Blade and Spider-Man well. What is your impression of them?
When I first became the living vampire, I struggled with my baser instincts. It took me a while to maintain control over my appetite. Spider-Man and Blade were the first two heroes I encountered, and they protected many innocent people from my wrath.
You mean they fought you?
Yes. But I am grateful, because they encouraged me to become a better man. Though I wish Blade's approach hadn't been nearly so ferocious.
Morbius was originally a Spider-Man villain, but he was a tragic one.
Aren't a chunk of Spider-Man's villains tragic, though?
Not a lot of the early ones.
I think the very first one was Vulture.
Like a traditional.
I think mostly his deal was
I
old and
possess
greedy.
enhanced strength, speed, and acute senses. An accelerated healing
I
factor.
don't remember the
allows
original
me to
origin
bounce
for
back
Dr.
from
Octopus.
otherwise mortal injuries.
He was a scientist who was kind of a
Fly
jerk.
in the
He ignored
traditional
people telling him, you
I
shouldn't be
have
messing
the
with that
psionic
nuclear thing, it's
ability to
clearly
glide
flawed, and
at
it
great
blew up and fused him with
distances.
his tentacles, so he went crazy and was like, I'm going to do things evil for science.
Where more recent editions of Dr. Octavius is more sympathetic.
Ock is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
And the Scorpion was hired by JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marvel Spider-Man brings that up.
Do you share other vampiric weaknesses?
One of the advantages of
I
being
think
a living
Sandman was
vampire is that
well,
I
at least
do
in
not
the
have those
third
Achilles heels.
Sony movie, the original
I
one
could
was just a
drink
mistake.
holy water all day, and a
Yeah.
silver bullet stings like a lead one. One slight exception is daylight. I do not burn under the sun, but my eyes are sensitive to the light, and my powers are somewhat dampened during
At
the
least you don't
daytime.
sparkle.
Because he's a real fucking vampire.
Do you
Of
have
all
to
the things
consume
to take from
blood
those
like any
movies,
other vampire?
not the terrible
Regrettably,
relationships, the
not only
slander
do I
done to
need
real life
to
indigenous
consume
people.
human blood,
It's that nonsense.
but you do not need
People
to
are
worry.
still bitching about
I
the
keep
fact they're
my
like,
cravings
yeah,
in check
Ed's a,
these days,
is a
and
terrible
only
boyfriend.
feed on those who prey on others.
I know how Jacob
Never
gets of,
mind.
oh, come
I will
book
let
2
you
is case
stay.
of, oh, this is our deal.
Happy to talk
Are you
anytime.
fucking kidding?
You know, the main thing I took away from that book is werewolves will imprint on infants.
That's what brought up.
Yeah.
Case of, that's fucking awful and what they will groom them to.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Equipping hunter. Oh, we can get different collars now too. Huh.
And admit the indigenous people the werewolves are supposed to be is actually a real life set of people. I've got quite a bit of Dominic Nova's case of Stephanie Meyer can write horror. Anything else just seems to be, are you kidding? This is not good.
Oh. Neat. Okay, so if we play 3 light cards, the next attack isn't discarded. Okay.
That's an interesting little mechanic.
What costumes do we have for Morbius?
Asking for a friend.
You'll get to find out soon.
Okay.
The shiny's on the other side of the fence. We got to work our way around to it.
If we have a skin for his appearance in the 90s Spider-Man, please. Actually, wait a moment. Marvel's...
Doctor, meet the doctor. Now the Abbey has as many PhDs as you'd find on your average golf course.
We've met. Dr. Morbius. So good to see you again.
Doctor Strange, still patrolling the spiritual realm, I see. I'd love to get set up as quickly as possible in here. Start learning the lay of the land so I can help out.
His
Set up your
casual
little
clothes
test tubes anywhere
offend
you
me.
like. Just don't touch any of my stuff.
And there are several mystical artifacts in here that no one should look at directly.
Don't look and don't touch. You'll really know how to make a colleague feel at home.
Just remember that's only an expression. And you don't actually own any of this.
But we really are glad to have you.
Neither
I
of those
can
two.
tell.
Of the three
Set up
doctors
my
here,
lab
Morbius
sooner
is
than
my
later.
favorite.
Spider-Man told me the Forge is roomy and bickery.
Could your outfit be any tighter?
Checking in on me already, Hunter? I haven't had time to get into trouble.
Okay, looking at the suits
You can
and...
never be sure.
I suppose.
How the others are these look
What can I do
presidently
for you?
standard?
Well, we'll see them soon enough.
But oh dear God.
Never mind.
Him in
I will be
swimsuits.
settling.
Happy to talk anytime.
Wait, he swims?
Why
I
won't
will say his skin looks a lot better out in the indoors than in the... Why do you want me to talk to you again?
Yes?
Oh God, he looks like he's auditioning for the Crow.
Never mind.
Little
He
bit.
kind of does.
Happy to talk anytime.
For some reason it was trying to get me to talk to him. I don't know why.
Stephen, have you worked with
Lantern, are
Morbius
you taking
before?
control of the AI?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
He's a formidable ally. He once assisted me in a battle against a fear lord from the dream dimension.
Fear lords are powerful foes.
He helped you fight Nightmare, really?
Yes, it was a boisterous battle, so I was pleased to have Morbius at my side. Undoubtedly, he will be a favorable ally against Lilith as well.
So you have no reservations about letting him stay in the Abbey?
None at all. As long as he doesn't grow too hungry, we'll all be fine.
Wait, what should we do if he gets hungry?
We should all be on guard.
I was gonna say,
Feed him,
Stephen,
Robo
I
Man.
need details.
As with any vampire, he could lose control and eat every one of us, but I do not think that will happen.
I mean, maybe it's like in Hellsing where they do synthetic blood.
I wish I could get a zoom in on that right now, but yeah, our collar did change to a silver one.
So, another vampire-ish
Ooh.
teammate.
I do prefer
Tony, what is
silver
your
and white
impression of
gold over
Morbius?
gold.
Well, we've never actually met, but Strange talks highly of him.
I am
Rose gold just confuses me.
uncomfortable inviting a vampire to live in the Abbey.
Since when?
I know what you mean. Half the people on my board of directors are vampires. Not literal bloodsuckers, but they definitely try to sink their teeth into you. Or your
And
pocketbook.
now I'm flashing back to the
Maybe.
Bee Movie. I was already a
The guy's a
blood-sucking
freak, no
parasite.
doubt.
All I needed was a
Every
briefcase.
genius is. You should have seen half my professors back at MIT. Or that Tony Stark guy who's always in the news. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've read a few of Morbius's papers on DNA manipulation, and it's years ahead of anyone else. He could be a valuable asset.
So, you think we can trust him?
Well, I never said that. But he could be useful.
Everybody want to talk.
Getting to know Blade has been nice. Maybe Morbius won't be so bad. Anything
I
else
see
on your mind?
cheese.
What happens if Hydra successfully replicates Morbius's prototype sample?
Then we're fucked.
Sunproof vampires seem like a bad idea.
Vampires
for
will
all
lie in
involved.
broad daylight.
Maybe not for the vampires.
For now, it's just a scary theory. Even if it works, there could be side effects, like new breed vampires bursting into flame upon contact with oxygen. Yeah, wishful thinking, but prototypes can be unpredictable. just to ask Hank Pym about Ultron.
We
Right,
don't
thanks,
talk to
Ken.
Hank Pym for Hank's
Catch
sake.
you later.
We don't. I asked you not to bring that up.
Blade, are you actually comfortable with Morbius living here?
Comfortable?
No.
I'll never be comfortable around that monster. But if I'm being generous, he could be useful.
If this was a mistake, let me know. We will do whatever you think is best.
Hey, I don't want that responsibility. If this goes south, I'm not taking the blame.
What exactly is your history with Morbius?
I don't like getting into that.
But the two of you have fought before. What makes you think we can trust him now?
Because we
I
said
never
we
said we
could.
could trust him. If that man loses control to his bloodthirst, I'll end him myself. But the vampires are using his experiments against us. We need him to clean up his own mess.
So Morbius is just a tool to you?
Call it whatever you want. I call it practical.
So Blade is very pragmatic.
Sorry we didn't give you a heads up before. You know, about bringing a vampire into the Abbey. It all happened kind of fast.
Are you sure we can trust Morbius?
She brought
Yeah,
Deadpool into the
Morbius has his
Abbey.
demons, but he's a teddy bear. A snarly teddy bear. With fangs. But there's stuffing in there, somewhere.
This is not helping your argument.
What I'm trying to say is that Morbius has a good heart. And exceptionally good blood.
Good blood?
Yeah. Whatever Morbius did to transform his body infused the heme in his blood with curative properties. I'd love to help him study it further, if I ever have the time. Since we're fighting new breed vampires, we'd do well to have a living vampire in our corner.
Anything happening today?
Didn't Robbie tell you about the... Oh, dang it. Can you do me a favor? Go talk to Robbie, like, right now. Pretend I said nothing.
What is Robbie planning?
Oh, he's really excited and wants to tell you himself. I swore I'd say nothing, but I thought you'd talked to him already. This is the reason I don't own plants.
I have no idea what you mean.
Right. Go talk to Robbie. Do it tonight. Trust me.
Can you give
Plants
me
is
a
good,
hint
and you love to
about what
talk.
Robbie wants?
Nope. He'll explain everything. Just
Unless
find
you
him
had
before
the
night's
Crowley
end, okay?
approach to plants, and then
You
it's...
brought up plants.
Don't you dare
Does
die
it
on
have
me.
anything to do with plants?
No, I got nervous, and sometimes when I'm nervous, look, it's not relevant. Go talk to Robbie, okay?
Stop talking to me. Go talk to Robbie. Why are you still with me?